Aerial drone shot gliding over misty mountains at sunrise. Text, Vietnam Healing Escape appears in the center with a modern sans serif font. Close-up shot of morning dewdrops on green leaves, morning sunlight piercing through, creating a sparkling cinematic bokeh effect. Wide shot of a winding mountain pass road leading into Son La province, flanked by endless lush green forests on both sides. Shot of a motorbike driving slowly on a small dirt road entering the village, light red dust trailing behind the wheels. Rustic wooden sign reading Hua Tat Village, surrounded by wild bushes of colorful flowers blooming vibrantly in the sunlight. Panoramic aerial view of the village, yin-yang tiled roofs nestled among fruit orchards and lush green gardens in the valley. A Hmong woman sitting on the porch embroidering, wearing colorful traditional clothing, looking up with a gentle and welcoming smile. Children playing and running joyfully on the dirt path, their laughter echoing softly in the quiet and peaceful atmosphere. Low-angle shot of feet walking on a stone-paved path leading into the community tourism area, surrounded by green grass. Close-up of the characteristic Hmong stone fence, stones stacked skillfully upon each other without any binder or cement. Ancient Homu wooden house, kitchen smoke rising gently from the chimney, creating a cozy and nostalgic atmosphere in the afternoon. The traveler enters the homestay, greeted by the host with a warm handshake and a friendly smile at the door. Interior of the wooden house, soft warm lighting, decorative items made from natural bamboo and rattan arranged neatly on shelves. Shot through the window looking out at the plum and peach garden in spring, a poetic and picturesque landscape view. The host, Mr. Aqua, pouring tea for the guest, steam rising swirlingly from the hot cup of fresh herbal tea. Close-up of Aqua's face as he speaks passionately, his eyes filled with enthusiasm and pride for his village's culture. Footage of foreign tourists participating in daily cultural activities alongside the local indigenous people, laughing and learning together. Low flycam shot gliding over lush green vegetable beds grown organically around the homestay, showing sustainable farming practices. A group of people sitting around a fire pit, roasting corn and sweet potatoes, flickering flames illuminating their happy faces. Starry night sky over Hua Tat, quiet atmosphere, only the sound of insects chirping in the background can be heard. Sunrise, mist hanging over the treetops, the sound of a rooster crowing signaling the start of a fresh new day. Aqua and the traveler walking around the village, chatting about the traditional architecture and the history of the houses. Detail of yin-yang roof tiles covered in moss, a testament to the time and long history of this mountain settlement. Locals repairing a stone fence, carefully placing each stone into a secure position without using any modern construction tools. Wide shot of white mustard flower fields blooming around the village, creating a magical white fairy tale landscape in the valley. Close-up of a white mustard flower swaying in the gentle breeze, bees and butterflies hovering around to collect sweet nectar. The traveler trying on traditional Hmong clothing, adjusting the dress and jacket in front of a mirror with excitement. A local woman guiding the traveler on how to wrap the headscarf correctly according to the traditional style and custom. The traveler stepping out into the courtyard in full traditional attire, blending perfectly into the village atmosphere and background. Slow-motion shot of the skirt flaring wide while spinning, vibrant colors standing out against the green background of the mountains. Transition to another conversation with Du, a young local person working in tourism, sitting on a wooden bench outdoors. Close-up of Du's thoughtful face as he speaks about his concerns regarding rapid urbanization and its impact on culture. Illustrative footage. Concrete buildings under construction elsewhere, showing a stark contrast to the wooden houses of Hua Tat Village. Return to Du, pointing towards the hills that are still covered with intact, lush green forest and native vegetation. Panoramic view of the valley from Du's viewpoint. A stretch of green extending as far as the eye can see. Du and the traveler walking together on a small dirt path by the forest edge, exchanging ideas as they walk. Close-up of feet walking on grass. the sound of dry leaves rustling underfoot, emphasizing the connection with the earth. Shot from behind the two people, facing the sunset, creating long shadows on the road as the day comes to end. Locals harvesting agricultural products in the field, radiant smiles on their faces despite the hard physical labor of the day. Baskets full of agricultural produce arranged neatly by the roadside, waiting to be transported to the market for sale. Returning to the homestay setting, preparing equipment and mindset for the next exploration journey scheduled for the following morning. Shot of a backpack, hiking boots, and forest tools arranged ready on the floor for the upcoming trekking expedition. Short teaser, image of a finished piece of traditional paper with beautiful flower patterns gliding across the screen for a second. Early next morning, thicker fog creates a mystical and mysterious feeling before the group enters the dense forest area. Mr. Aqua leading the group, holding a machete in his hand, walking with confident and steady steps on the path. POV shot, following behind Aqua, weaving through the dense canopy and bushes of the jungle, camera shaking slightly, audio visualization of birds chirping melodiously, the sound of a stream flowing gently echoing from a distance in the forest, close-up of sunbeams piercing through the gaps in the leaves, illuminating the wet vegetation on the forest floor below. The group stops to rest by a large ancient tree trunk, drinking fresh water from bottles and wiping sweat from foreheads. Aqua pointing at a specific vine plant and explaining the forest ecosystem and biodiversity to the attentive group members. Continuing the journey, the path becomes steeper and more difficult to traverse, requiring more physical effort from everyone. Scene of everyone helping each other climb over a large rock blocking the path, showing teamwork and solidarity. Aqua stops in front of a bush with dark green leaves and slender stems, signaling that they have found the target. Introduction of the rang tree, dew tree, the main raw material for making paper, shown in detail in its natural habitat. Close-up of the rang leaves and stem. Aqua bending a small branch to check its flexibility and quality. Aqua begins to chop the tree. His movements are decisive, professional, and careful not to harm surrounding plants. Scene of bundling the rang branches into a neat bundle to carry back, using vines to tie them securely together. Footage of the group carrying bundles of trees on their shoulders, walking down the mountain in the soft afternoon light. Arriving back at the village, everyone places the bundles in the yard, preparing for the preliminary processing stages immediately. Close-up of a knife stripping the bark, separating the outer bark layer from the wooden core efficiently and rhythmically. Locals gathering to work together, chatting happily while stripping the bark, creating a communal and cheerful working atmosphere. The stripped bark is long and tough, with an ivory white color, piled up neatly on a clean mat. Scene of washing the bark under running water to remove dirt and impurities, water splashing over the white fibers. Preparing a large pot of water on a wood stove to boil the bark, fire crackling underneath the black pot. Putting the bark into the pot, adding wood ash or lime to help soften the fibers faster during the boiling. Scene of the fire burning strongly, water boiling vigorously in the pot, steam rising up and enveloping the cooking area. Time-lapse of the sky getting dark, but the fire remains red, locals still watching over the boiling pot diligently. Next morning, taking the bark out of the pot, checking the softness by hand. Squeezing the fibers to test texture. Taking the bark to the stream or tap to wash again to remove alkaline residue. Water running clear through the fibers. Placing the bark on a flat rock or wooden mortar to prepare for pounding. Tools arranged nearby for the next step. Locals using large wooden pestles to pound continuously on the pile of bark. Rhythmic thumping sounds echoing in the air. Close-up of the bark fibers breaking apart, becoming smooth and turning into paper pulp under the force of the pestle. Mr. Aqua checking the smoothness of the pulp, nodding in satisfaction with the texture and consistency of the material. Transition to the stage of preparing the water tank for paper lifting. So J, filling a large rectangular tank with water. Pouring the pulp into the water tank, using a stick to stir well so the pulp dissolves evenly in the water. Adding natural binder, Mo tree sap, into the tank to create adhesion. stirring gently to mix it with the pulp. Introduction of the bamboo screen mold, Kong Liam, with intricate bamboo weaving, held up to show the fine mesh detail. The artisan dipping the mold into the tank, shaking it gently so the pulp adheres evenly to the screen surface. Lifting the mold out of the water dripping down, leaving a thin layer of white pulp on the screen. Close-up of the wet pulp layer on the mold. The surface is flat and smooth, glistening with water and light. Now comes the creative part, decorating flowers and leaves onto the wet paper. A basket of colorful petals nearby. The artisan selecting wildflower petals and small fern leaves, placing them gently onto the wet paper surface with tweezers. Close-up of skillful hands arranging the composition of the nature painting on paper, creating an artistic and balanced layout. Pouring another thin layer of pulp on top to cover the flowers and leaves. Double layer technique to protect the decoration. Taking the paper frame out to dry in the sun. Scene of the drying yard with dozens of frames standing tilted. Sunlight shining through the paper, highlighting the colors of the flowers and leaves inside, creating a translucent stained glass effect. Time-lapse of the paper drying process under the sun, changing from wet gray to bright white over a few hours. Checking if the paper is dry, touching it to feel it is dry, crisp, and sturdy under the fingertips. Scene of peeling the paper off the mold. Gentle movements to avoid tearing the edges, revealing the finished sheet. Holding the paper up against the sun, clearly seeing the paper fibers and the floral patterns embedded within the texture. Stacking the finished paper sheets on top of each other, looking very beautiful, artistic, and ready for use or sale. Scene of using the paper. Writing calligraphy or wrapping gifts with the dew paper, showing its practical application and beauty. Mr. Aqua sharing about the meaning of preserving this traditional craft, speaking with emotion and deep sincerity to camera. Image of tourists looking delighted when they successfully make a sheet of paper by themselves, smiling and showing their work. Transition, leaving Hua Tat Village to travel to the next location, car moving along the scenic mountain road again. Flycam flying along the stream, flowing through the forest, heading towards the waterfall, water glistening in the afternoon sun. The sound of rushing water gets louder, signaling the approach to Trong Qua Waterfall, anticipation building in the audio track. Panoramic view of Trong Qua Waterfall, Nang Tien Waterfall, appearing majestically, water cascading down multiple levels powerfully. The characteristic emerald green water, crystal clear, seeing the bottom with stones, creating a surreal and inviting swimming spot. Close-up of white water pouring from above, splashing white foam, creating a misty spray that cools the surrounding air. Low-angle shot looking up, showing the height and multiple layers of the waterfall, emphasizing its grandeur and natural scale. The traveler meditating or relaxing on a large rock in the middle of the stream, eyes closed, absorbing the energy. Slow motion shot of water flowing through rock crevices, green moss clinging to the rocks, showing the details of the ecosystem. A few tourists swimming and bathing in the natural pool at the foot of the waterfall, enjoying the cool water. The refreshing smiles of everyone as they immerse themselves in nature, splashing water and laughing freely in the sunlight. Flycam rising higher, expanding the view to the entire forest surrounding the waterfall, showing the isolation of this beauty. Sunset begins to fall over the waterfall area, orange gold light reflecting on the water surface, creating a romantic mood. Journey recap. Quick flashback of the most beautiful images from the beginning of the video. Village, paper, waterfall. Closing commentary on the meaning of the healing escape trip, showing the traveler looking at the horizon with satisfaction. Image of the traveler waving goodbye to the locals, hugging Aqua and Du, promising to return one day soon. The car driving away, the village shrinking in the rearview mirror, leaving a sense of nostalgia and longing for return. Final shot. Flycam flying straight up into the sky, white clouds passing by, fading to a serene blue sky. Display logo and channel name, Vietnam Healing Escape, with a call to subscribe text overlay on the screen.